I don't see this number again, maybe until a year. Am I right? Yeah. So this actually, I'm saying this because I believe it has a meaning. So we need to go. We are here tonight, and this is the night of the 10th of Muharram. We know, and we need to try tonight to leave this place with something. الإمام علي عليه السلام يقول من تساوى يومه فهو مغبون. If we feel that we are today exactly the same day we were yesterday, that means we haven't gained anything, we haven't achieved anything. My sons and daughters, I'm trying actually to talk to you. Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam had a bigger prize, and he sacrificed himself for a goal that he set up for himself, but the goal actually was not just for himself, for us all, for the entire nation of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So you go to school, correct? And at school sometimes your teachers ask you to set up a goal. Sometimes the goal is very basic, correct? So the teacher may tell you, can you set up a goal for your math learning? So sometimes you say, well, by end of semester I need to get the timetable correctly. Okay? And by the end of the semester the teacher comes to you and says, okay, let me test you, let me assess you. Have you reached your goal? Okay? So sometimes you do, and I hope always you do. Sometimes you fail and they give you another opportunity actually to achieve that goal. So when we come to these majalis, you come with your parents here, then definitely there is a goal. There is something you need to reach. There is something you need actually to achieve. In that, based on what we learn from Al-Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. And I said first that Al-Imam al-Hussein had a goal. When he left, Al-Imam al-Hussein, you know where was Al-Imam al-Hussein martyred? Where was he killed? He was killed in Karbala, correct? Karbala was about 1,300 kilometers away from Al-Imam al-Hussein's own town. Because Al-Imam al-Hussein grew up, he was born and he grew up in Al-Madinah. And Al-Madinah is far away from Karbala. It's too far. And he only lived in Karbala for about 8 days or so. Just the days he came to the battle of Karbala and he was martyred. Okay? So we need to ask ourselves, why did Al-Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam traveled all that long way to come to Karbala, knowing that he had only a few supporters, 75, 78 or 80 people, okay, supporting him. And on the other side, the side of Yazid ibn Mu'awiyah and Umar ibn Sa'd, there were 30,000 people fighting Al-Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. So unless Al-Imam al-Hussein had a legitimate and an achievable goal, a goal that he was 100% sure that goal was going to be achieved, he wouldn't go, he wouldn't sacrifice, he wouldn't, expose himself to that danger. And he was really, indeed, he was killed. Martyred. Okay? So what was the goal? Let's ask ourselves. The goal, and this is for everyone, that what Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam stated and announced. ما خرجت أشرا ولا باطرا وإنما خرجت لطلب الإصلاح في أمة جدي لأمر بالمعروف وأنهى عن المنكر إلى آخره. So, he said he was going to apply reform. أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد. I need your attention, please. So the goal of Imam al-Hussein was to the entire nation, to get reform, to fix all the things that were going wrong during the period, the time that Imam al-Hussein was living. And those wrongdoings and that corruption, that tyranny, that violence was created by Bani Umayyah, Yazid, Muawiyah, and his son Yazid, la'natullahi alayhim. Okay? So, I want to ask you, do you believe the goal that Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam set up for himself and for us has been achieved, has been reached? I don't believe so. The goal has not been reached yet. The goal has not been completely achieved because, first of all, the goal is an ongoing goal. It is not a short-term goal like the one I told you before. You set up a goal for yourself for a semester, for 1 year, or for 10 years. And Imam al-Hussein set up a goal for, it's an endless. It doesn't have an end. It's a goal that goes with us as long as we live. The longer we live, the longer we need that goal. And Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam did want us actually to help him achieve that goal. By how? In which way? Okay, we need to work on that. So these I don't have enough time actually to go through all the things that probably practical example of what we need to do. I only give you dot points. For you, my sons and daughters, it is very simple. Imam Hussein wants you, the reform, the fixing the wrong things in the community, start from you. You need to learn the right things from the very beginning. We need to learn how to respect each other, how to maintain the relationships between each other, amongst us, how we respect our parents at home. For example, you go home tonight and you say that I heard from someone at the mosque saying we need to respect our parents, and you straight away when your mom, your dad asks you to go to brush your teeth and go to bed, you don't yell at them. Oh, whatever, it's too early to go to bed. No, you need to respect them, you need to listen to them. Or when they say, get out of the computer, okay, finish your games and go to bed. So this is what actually we need to learn from Imam Hussein wants us actually to do this, because this isn't. These majalis and we go home tonight and we want to be back in such a gathering until a year, next year, will that be enough? I'm not saying that we have to attend every time, every single day at the mosque or Husseiniyyat or whatever, every night and every day, but we need at least to to establish a kind of contact and communication with these places. For example, voluntary work. The people who are probably serving this mosque always write ads, announcements, asking for help, for support, whether the support is financial or voluntary work. I'll give you this very short story. I've been working in a community health center for 11 years now. There was a female staff who's been working for the community health center for 37 years. 37 years. One day, about 6 months ago, she decided to resign, to retire, finish her work for the community health center. She did that. All the staff gathered and did a great, very nice farewell for her, saying goodbye to her. They did a bit of party. And we finished. She went home. Believe me, the day after, I came to the center, as usual, and found her downstairs in her badge for the same community center and said, you finished yesterday, you resigned, didn't you? She said, yes, but I've just started my voluntary work as of today. 37 years working for the same community center, and she resigned and decided to resume her work as a volunteer. Okay? So these are the things we need. Actually, how many of us are doing some volunteer work for the community? For the specific community, our own Jaliyah, our own community, or for the entire community, the Australian, the broader community? Have we ever thought of, for example, doing some support driving, taking people who are newly arrivals in this country. Many Iraqis, refugees, many refugees from Iraqi background, from Syrian background, Muslims, non-Muslims, whatever, they come to this country and they need help and support. Some of them, they stay weeks and months, do not know where to go. Who can support them? There are some settlement agencies who probably do the job, but sometimes not really enough. And these settlement agencies and community health centers are also looking for volunteers actually to support the refugees. So this is how we can broaden our connections and communications with others. And back to you, sons and daughters, it is a responsibility for everyone, no matter how old you are. Okay? You need to think of setting a goal, okay, that suits your age, your gender, your level of education. It is always like a matter of organization. You arrange your time, you arrange your things in a better way so you can. When you arrange your time, you set up a goal for yourself and you say this is in the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because I learned these things, the moral things, the social things from thanks to my attendance with my parents to the mosque. Okay? So, I may finish by reminding myself and my brothers and sisters, daughters and sons, there are things we may not consider as very important, or we may not consider those things to have serious impact on what we do or our gatherings here, but they are very serious. We've heard some people would throw the meal boxes away, they throw them somewhere around in the area. And that's unacceptable. This is really a very bad thing. If you don't want the food, don't take it. Or you take it home. If you don't like it, throw it in the rubbish bin. People around us, they don't look at what we say, no matter what they hear from us. No matter. They don't care about that. What they care about is what we do. Our actions. So the more good actions we do, the more respect we gain from the entire community. Okay? Boys and girls, if you've done something, sorry to say this, bad like what I've told, you throw away the bottles or the food boxes, don't do it again, please. Okay? There are rubbish bins there, and if you don't want the food, don't take it at all. Okay? I'm sorry I've taken probably more than what I'm required to take of time. أكرر أعزائي لكم سادتي سيداتي أخوتي أخواتي أبنائي بناتي في هذه الليلة العظيمة، ليلة الحزن، ليلة